Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag dishwasher water level switch bracket. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. In this video we're going to use the flat blade screwdriver, the Torx 15 driver, and a large adjustable wrench. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new water level switch bracket. The water level switch bracket holds the water level switch and the lever. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's damaged and the dishwasher is not filling properly. In order to change the part, first thing we have to do is open up the dishwasher door. Once you have the door open, we're going to use the Torx 15 driver to remove the 3 screws on each side of the door panel. Once you have the screws out, we can close the door. Then it'll drop down out of the control panel. You can pull it out, then lift it off and set it aside. Now that we have the front panel off, we're going to use a flathead screwdriver to remove these retainers that hold the access panel on. Just have to turn them 90 degrees, pull them out. Once you have them out, you want to be careful because the insulation is glued to this. So we're just going to pull it out, kind of press it down. Now that we have access, you can see there's a couple locking tabs right here that we have to release. So we're just going to basically pull a little bit so there's pressure on it so it doesn't snap shut. And we're just going to use our fingertip, press these over to get it to release. Once you have them both released, you can let them drop down. Once you have the covers off, you can reach in and take out the lever and the switch. All you have to do is pull the lever off the pin, set it aside. For the switch, we have to first disconnect the wiring harness. There's a little tab up there that you have to release. You can pull the wiring harness off and get it out of the way. We're going to pull the switch out. Same thing, it's mounted on a couple pins. So just have to reach in, pull it out. Once you have that out, we have to release the float so we can pull it up from the top. So we just need to carefully flex it over this little lip right here. Then we can open up the door and pull it out. Once you have the door open, we're going to pull the lower dish rack out and set it aside. Once you have the rack out of the way, we can lift the float out and set it aside. Then we're going to use a large adjustable wrench to take out this nut that holds the standpipe on. It's usually not on there that tight. Just break it free and unscrew it. Once you have the nut off, we can close the dishwasher door and go underneath and pull the bracket off. Now that we're back down below, we can carefully pull the bracket down and off the dishwasher. The gasket doesn't come with the bracket, so if you're taking it out, make sure that doesn't stick to the tub. You're going to have to put it onto the new one. All you have to do is pull it off the threads and set it aside. Here's the old water level switch bracket next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Before you put the new housing in, you want to make sure you put the gasket on. Just carefully push it over the threads. Make sure it's seated all the way. To put the new bracket in, all you have to do is lift it up into place. Make sure it goes through the hole in the tub. Once you have it in place, the insulation should hold it from falling. So we're going to open up the door and put the nut back on. Once you have the door open, you can put the nut on. Just going to tighten it down by hand, and then use the large adjustable wrench to tighten it down so it doesn't leak. Then we can put the float back in. All you have to do is line up the shaft with the hole and drop it down in. You want to make sure it snaps in so it doesn't lift back out. Once you have it in, you can set the lower rack back in place and push it into the dishwasher. Once you have it in, we can close the dishwasher door and go back down and put the rest of it together. First, we're going to put the switch in. All you have to do is line up the terminals, put them into their slots, and then drop the switch down onto its mounting pins. Once you have it in place, we can hook the wiring harness up. Just going to grab it, route it underneath the little holder, and then push it onto the switch. Then we can put the lever back on. All you have to do is push the lever onto the pin. You just want to make sure it goes underneath the switch on one end and underneath the float on the other. And it's going to work properly like it should. Once you have it in place, we can snap the covers closed. Now we can put the access panel on. Just going to lift it up into place and make sure the insulation goes up in there. And push it in so you can see the holes are lined up on the frame. Then we can push the retainers in. And use the flathead screwdriver to turn them 90 degrees and lock them in. Once you have those in, we can put the front panel back on. To put the front panel back on, you want to make sure that when you're setting it down, that this tab here goes behind the hinge on each side. To put it on, all you have to do is line it up and drop it down onto the hinges. Once you have it in place, we're going to lift the door up, and then you want to make sure these tabs line up with the console. And you can lift the door up and carefully hold it while you're opening the door. Once you have the door open, you can use the Torx 15 driver to put the screws in. Once you have the screws in, you close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.